Welcome to the replay about podcasting. So glad to have you here. Hi, Jack Munson. Hope you're well. Welcome everybody else that's joining. Hey, Tim. Good to see you. And we got a couple. Hey, folks. Okay, we'll have to follow you. Hey, Shannon Wilburn. I'm going to be talking about you. So, hey, Jen. Thanks for everybody for joining. So we're going to just get started here in a second. We're going to talk about podcasting and how you can use podcasting to build your brand. So hi there. I'm Deb Evans, and I love to see the chatting going back and forth. This is great. So we're going to talk about podcasting and how you can use podcasting to build your brand and your reputation. And I'm really hoping that some of you will throw out your suggestions as well. I am Deb Evans, president of Franchise Foundry, but I'm also the host and the founder of Social Geek Radio. And Tim, yes, I love podcasts too. So, give you a little bit of information about Social Geek Radio. We are, Jack Munson is my co-host, and I know he's here and joined on this Periscope. So we use podcasting and we use Social Geek Radio to spotlight others, to share information about digital marketing, how to, position yourself and your brand to build a good brand awareness, and how to use the social technologies that we have today. I'm going to try to hold this steady. So I would love to hear your feedback, as I'm going to provide a couple of tips and see what you guys have to offer. But the first thing I'd say, with podcasting is it's not all about you. It's not all about Jack. It's not all about Deb, at all the time. What we do is we have guests on. They share their expertise. I know Shannon Wilburn from Just Between Friends is watching the podcast. Great franchise. We've had others from the franchise industry, because that is the audience that we usually speak to, Jack Munson and myself. But it doesn't always have to be from the industry that you work in and work with. Is we're looking for guests that have tips and things that they can share about what they're doing and their branding that will interest the guests. So talking about guests, I'd have to say, the first tip is to make sure that not only is your topic and your content really good, but make sure that if you're going to interview and you're going to have a guest, is have a great guest to be part of the podcast. So that's important. They have to be engaging. They have to be entertaining. They have to have good information to share. And as we've had guests like Guy Kawasaki and Jason Falls and Peg Fitzpatrick, all great within the social space and certainly know their information. And hi there. Thanks for saying hello. But we've also had the guests within our industry, as I said, Shannon Wilburn, Just Between Friends, and Katie Ackridge with Christian Brothers, and we had Sport Clips. So we've had the franchisors and franchise community on, and then we're going to have guests that coming up that in a few weeks we'll have Kathy Terrell that I met at Periscope Summit, and she's an eBay expert, and I don't know that we've ever talked about eBay and what you can do with eBay. So that would be another tip. The other thing, hi Anna Hoffman, I haven't seen you in forever. I bet you've got some things to share about podcasting. So again, thanks everybody who's joined. I'm Deb Evans. You can find me on Twitter at DebCE. And what we're talking about, and I do Social Geek Radio. So you can go to socialgeekradio.com with Jack Munson, and I do podcasts weekly. So another tip I'd ask or I'd share is make sure that your podcast is shared on all the social channels. Anything that you use, hi Anna, anything that you use for podcasting should certainly be connected to iTunes. You wanted to upload your podcast to iTunes and Facebook and Twitter, and we have a Social Geek Radio website. So let me flip again. So you can see this is the website that we have for Social Geek Radio. The other thing is that we do is that we've got, and Jack Munson has put this together, and it's really super cool, and I hope you can hear it. But we now have an intro. So you're looking at SoundCloud. So let me play one of the intros that we have that intro our weekly podcast. Oh, thanks for the screenshot. So let's see.
this is Tim Miller from Yext, and you're listening to Social Geek Radio.
Welcome to Social Geek Radio, brought to you by Franchise Foundry and Minalto Social Media Management. Here are your hosts, Deb Evans and Jack Munson.
So hopefully you could hear that. So what is Social Geek Radio? Thank you for the asking, and I'll share that again. Social Geek Radio is a weekly podcast. We air on Wednesday nights at 7 Central. We are sharing digital marketing tips and tricks and what you should be doing within your small business or franchise and how to grow that business. So we have guests on weekly. If you know of anybody that would make a great guest, send them my way to either Deb CE via Twitter or Jack Munson, or you can email to deb@socialgeekradio.com. Our goal and our purpose in our podcast is to highlight others and spotlight them and what their brands are doing, and it helps them build a brand awareness of that particular brand. But we're also learning. Jack and I are learning ourselves. I'm real excited to have Kathy Terrell, as I mentioned earlier, who's going to talk about eBay in a few weeks. eBay is something that I've not used. So not only do Jack and I learn and then share our experiences, but we learn from others. So yeah, always learning. POL podcast. Great. I have to follow you and see what your podcasting is all about. So anybody that is currently podcasting or have any tips, throw them in the comments. Let everybody else know. Share your link. Let us know what you're podcasting about. Anna Hoffman, if you're still on, I know you've got some great podcasts. I'd love, and I'm sure everybody else here would like to know what you do within your podcasting. Let's see, what other tips can I give you? Again, building brand reputation is really important for yourself and for the small business or the business or the franchise brand that you're working with. But certainly, if you're not podcasting and your brand is not podcasting, then reach out to others like myself so that you can be you can be a guest, and then we can spotlight you. So if your particular small business is not podcasting yet, but you want to get that word out, then seek others that are podcasting and don't hesitate to send an email and request to be a guest. I mean, that's a great thing to do. So thank you, Lori, for that. Wednesday is International Day. I'll have to look at that. Any other tips that you guys can throw out there? Okay, well, if you like relationship and sex podcasts, then that would be a podcast for you. But look in iTunes, do a search on iTunes, see what podcasts are out there, do a Google search, find some podcasts that you want to listen to, grab some tips from them, and start your own. If you need any assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Again, it's deb@socialgeekradio.com. See what we can do to help. We'd love to help the community and see what we can do to get you on podcasting. So with that, if we don't have any immediate questions, and I know it's something, sorry that we keep dropping, but good to have you here. Watch the playback. Love that everybody was joining, and check it out. So I'm going to play another intro of ours. I just love these intros. Jack Munson's did a great job with that. And with that, when it ends, I'll end the broadcast, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon. Listen to Social Geek Radio. Let's listen to Maria Hahn here. I don't know. Is it going to play? I'm going to have to... Let's do it again. Can't always be perfect. Thanks, Jack Munson.
Hi, I'm Maria Hahn with Shirley's Gourmet Popcorn Company, and you're listening to Social Geek Radio.
Welcome to Social Geek Radio, brought to you by Franchise Foundry and Minalto Social Media Management. Here are your hosts, Deb Evans and Jack Munson.
Thanks for joining, everybody, and I'll catch you.